This is probably one of the most common licks to be used in metal. And the reason for this is because it sounds really good and it's pretty fun to play. It's just using 2 strings, and we're going to be using triads, so we're going to be starting on, our root note here is going to be on the B string on the 12th fret, and then the rest of the triad, the other 2 notes, are 10 and 14 on the high E. We're going to be doing that pattern, and so slowly I'm going to be pulling off from 14 to 10, which anytime I go from 14 to 10, or just from my pinky to my index, I'm going to be pulling off for this whole thing. That's how I like to pick this. I think it's the most efficient way to do it. And then we go back down to do 12 and 10 after we pull off, so whole thing. And we go back up to 14 and do 2 pull-offs from 14 to 10. And go back down to 12 and 10. And then we do 2 pull-offs again and go back down to 12 and 10. All together. And then we change. 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 Right? So those other 2 shapes, I'm doing the same exact rhythm, but I'm changing the shape. So I'm going from this B minor shape to this A major shape, which is 10 on the B string, 9 on high E, and then 12 on high E. And we do the same thing. We're just going to pull off from 12 to 9 and go back down to 10 and do that same pattern. And then we move down. We've got 10 on the high E pulled down to 7 on high E, and then we've got 8 on the B string. So, and then at the very end, I'm doing this variation where I go from 9, pull off to 7, go down to 8, go back up to 7. And what am I doing here? Alternating between 2 different notes. So is the first half, and then is the second half. So I'm just going from 9 to 10, just changing that note up. And then it repeats. And yeah, you can move these shapes around. That way you can change the key and mess around with different triads. Yeah, have fun with this one, guys. Tabs are going to be on my Patreon, and hit me up for one-on-one lessons if you're interested in learning more about anything I've talked about on my page. Take care, guys. Have fun.